Wap wap wah. Wap wap wah. Wap wap wah. Wap wap wah.
Is that some form of hello?
That's my form of hello for today. Wap wap wah.
Wah wah wah.
Wah 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 wah.
So this is the SNEWS Button, bringing you the week's entertainment, pop culture, TV, movie news. Isn't it, Adam?
It is. All of those things wrapped up nicely.
We do have another podcast.
Tell us about the other podcast.
It's called Just Another Retrocast, and that one this week is going to be all about sci-fi and what it's got right and what it's got wrong.
Predictions.
Over the years. So if you're into retro stuff and you like a bit of nerdiness in your life, give that one a listen.
I think we all do.
Then you'd probably like this one as well. So
Yeah.
stick around. Thank you very much. Cheers.
You. Thank you.
Wah wah wah.
Wah 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 wah.
This is the bit where the music plays.
I'm going to leave that in. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SNEWS Button, episode number 16, with Mr. Adam Gattrell,
Well, hi there.
Mr. Ross Murphy,
Hello.
and me, Mr. Chris Quinton. No Paul Brown again this week, guys.
He's
No.
having a baby.
He's had a baby.
He's had a baby.
Congratulations to the Browns. Woo! Little girl. Did they call her RC?
Yeah. What?
It's the female transformer, isn't it?
Oh, right.
like that's all there is in Transformers. Like Smurfette, there's only one.
That's disturbing.
In actual fact, there are more female Transformers. I did look it up, but yeah,
It's the only one that you
she's
can
the only
remember.
one I remember. Yeah, when the movie came out, she was the only one,
Amazing.
Yep.
as far as I know.
She's pink, obviously.
Was she a motorbike?
No, she's a car.
No.
Oh, okay.
She's a motorbike in the Michael Bay ones.
I wouldn't know about that.
Apparently, the new, not that it matters, but apparently the new Power Rangers are going to have a male pink Ranger,
Oh.
which is nice. And I think the Yellow Ranger might be black.
Well, the Black Ranger wasn't black in the new film. Apparently, he was.
I think the Blue Ranger may have been black.
Yeah, I think they changed it all around to make it seem less racist.
Hey, guess what? Power Rangers shit next. Introduce yourself, Chris.
I did. Hello, it's me, Chris Quinton. Hello. So yes, do we have any messages?
I've missed my perfect streak of podcasts, haven't I?
You have.
How many weeks is that?
Just
About
one.
40. No.
Oh, wait, in total?
Yeah.
How many shows? Or how many weeks?
How many weeks?
34 weeks.
34 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just looking on your computer.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
of podcasts recorded.
Yes.
33 weeks I did then.
Yep.
And then I was poorly.
Oh,
I was really fucking ill as well.
Where?
Yeah, well, you could have made some effort still.
I've got a perfect streak. Yeah, come on. Jesus. Even when I'm ill, I'm still here, aren't I?
But but in my defence, I've never had to. The podcast has never had to move for me either.
What?
Move?
Yeah. Like, the only reason Chris is on a perfect streak is because he has to record it. But then he's like, I'm going away Monday, so you must interrupt your weekend to record podcasts. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't mind that though. Have we got any messages?
Depressingly, I can't remember the login details for the
You
web
can't get into our
Well,
email.
I can. Just
This is this is definitely staying in the show. This is very professional.
It's so professional.
So professional. Ross can't get into our email, ladies
It
and
went
gents.
so smoothly last week.
If you have sent us an email, well, let's do a bit of consnewming,
Yeah.
like just with me and you, Adam, while
yeah,
Ross
yeah,
tries
well,
to
Ross
get into
try and
our
works
email
out what the
account.
password is.
My God. Right. What have you been watching, dude?
Well, those of you that know me on Facebook may have seen my comment about Beverly Hills Cop 2 being on TV the other night.
Ooh.
And how they've done some very interesting TV edits, considering it was after the watershed.
Wow, really?
Like in the first scene where he goes into the bar to chat to the guy and there's a woman sat with a guy, there's a whole 5-minute conversation completely cut out. So it just cuts from him walking over to him and saying something, and then suddenly he's sat down at a stool getting a drink.
This is going to be an old cut, isn't it? They'll have
It
done
must
this.
be,
They'll
yeah.
have done this a long time
There's
ago. They'll
so
just be rerunning
many
it.
bits though that have been like badly edited for some reason somewhere along the line, and it was just like I had to look up certain scenes on the internet and check if I was just being mental or whether actually they were badly cut, and it is just bad cuts.
Big Bang Theory do it every day. Every single day.
Cut off before a joke or something.
Yeah, because they can't quite get away with it. New episode, actually. They swore in it.
Did they?
They did. They actually properly swore.
What word?
It's
Very
still
weird.
rubbish, though, isn't it?
Well, the actual fact, this season is terrible so
What
far.
was the word?
Two episodes in, and season 11 is very bad.
Mate, it's been bad since like season 7. It's always been bad. I just had
not always
like
been bad.
Stockholm syndrome
It's the most popular TV show in the world.
because people are idiots.
No, this is actually very funny in places, but still. Anyway,
Do you know why it's funny in places? Because the laugh track tells you it's funny.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's cat. World of Warcraft. I've got.
But you could
ADHD.
say that about.
I'm autistic. Soft kitty. Fuck off. It's bollocks.
brilliant.
Yeah, you could say that about Red
That was-
Dwarf and other stuff that's got canned laughter in, but
Yeah,
you
true.
know, they're actually funny.
Yeah, look at bloody League of Gentlemen. What happens when you take it out?
Yeah, it's
Just
very
goes
twisted.
weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah,
Beverly Hills Cop 2 then.
Beverly Hills Cop 2, haven't watched that for a while, and it was quite confusing with all the edits. And the only other things I've been consuming really has been more of Star Trek Discovery.
I'm 3 episodes in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen 3 now.
It's very good, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I quite like
Talk
it.
about a show. It's fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's kind of got a nice mix of.
What did I tell you,
like.
Ross? What did I tell you? Anyway, yeah.
It's what I like. It's kind of got all the best things I liked about DS9
And Battlestar.
and Battlestar and the original Star Trek
And a tribble.
and other bits kind of mixed in.
Did you notice? Did you spot the tribble?
No,
Did you not?
where was that?
Okay, so when she goes in, weirdly, the girl called Michael, when she goes in to see the captain of the new ship,
Yeah.
it's on his desk going.
Yeah, it's in. I think it probably will be in more than one episode.
Yeah. Well, it's going to multiply, isn't it? It's trouble.
Well, I watched episode.
Sorry?
Episode 4.
They're trouble.
The trouble with Tribble.
Tribbles are trouble.
They are trouble. So I've heard.
So bad. But yeah, I think I watched the 4th episode this morning.
Yeah, you could have done.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where
I
I'm
shall
up
watch
to
it
with
this evening.
But yeah, I can't say anything bad about it so far. Like, it's kind of a mix of the better parts of the other Star Treks, and then it's got an element of the new movies, but not in a way that puts me off. You know, it's not all just continuous action. Like, there's actual dialogue and character development, which is nice.
I would be very surprised if it doesn't actually capture a lot of non-Star Trek fans, because it doesn't feel like Star Trek. It feels more like the new Battlestar Galactica did.
Yeah,
You know, that's got that really nice sort of hard sci-fi feel to it, and it's just very,
I think
very, very good.
they have got that cheesy character that she's sharing a room with.
Yeah,
Who is almost the sort of... She's verging on some of the cheesier characters from the other Star Trek series. And I don't mind that, because they've got to kind of treat new fans and new watchers of it as much as they got to do sort of fan service. Do you know
I
what mean?
reckon
So-
she'll have an interesting character arc.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That one.
Which one are we talking about?
Her roommate.
Her
I
roommate.
fucking hate her though.
Yeah.
She's well annoying, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think
Yeah.
that's something that will change. Same
Straight out
as...
TNG, isn't she?
Yeah. But then they did that, like, think about O'Brien in
You know it's
Next
gonna be like-
Generation. O'Brien was nobody in Next Generation and was kind of a little bit in the way. And then by the time he gets to Deep Space Nine and the end of Deep Space Nine, he's like one of the most important characters in the whole of Star Trek's history.
Yeah.
And he's been through more than anyone else. Out of all the characters in Star Trek, he's been through more than anyone.
I like it when people get promoted in Star Trek and they just go off and do their own things. Like Sulu gets his own ship, doesn't
Yeah.
he? And he's just like a captain. It's not even on the Enterprise by the end of like the original films, is he?
No, he's off on his own, doing his own thing. And one of them's become an admiral. And yeah, I quite like the fact they've got those long storylines to
I
them.
can't
as
remember
well.
the last time I saw a movie, in honesty.
What,
It
the
might
Star
have
Trek
been.
ones?
It might have been Generations, possibly.
Oh God, that's not good, is
A long
First
time ago.
Contact
Oh
was
no,
good.
First Contact, the one with
Yeah,
the Borg.
First Contact was
Yeah.
good. The ones after First Contact had some elements of good story ideas, but they just went a little bit too action, like watching Worf drive a dune buggy, like off road.
Yeah,
A little
One of them
blue
was just
dune buggy.
weird. I can't remember what it was. But.
they're both pretty bad
Little
actually.
dune buggy.
The actually no, I'll rephrase that. The one with the Romulans is all right.
In the sand.
Weirdly, Tom Hardy's the bad guy, isn't he?
Oh, Nemesis.
But when he's
Yeah.
like before he's the henchest man on Earth, he's just like a little Romulan, like Mr. Burns Romulan, isn't he?
Okay,
and
I'm
you
not
can
sure if I've
understand
seen
what he's
that one.
saying. He hasn't got a bad accent.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's okay.
Has he got his face covered?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Ross, what have you been watching?
Right, what have I been watching? Watched Baywatch last night.
Oh, that's quite
Okay.
funny.
It's all right, actually.
It's not
There's
bad.
some... Last weekend, sat down just ill, and I was like, I'll just put something on Netflix, and she put the Bad Education movie on, and it is possibly the worst thing I've ever seen. It is crass and unfunny. It's
Jack
like,
Whitehall.
It is like 5-year-old jokes,
Right.
and then it's hugely inappropriate as well because he's trying to fit in with his kids, and it's just, oh yeah, it's fucking disgusting. And then Baywatch, like people think it's clever Kevin Smith comedy, but it's not. It's actually just playing around with a prosthetic cock, and it's just like, it's not that funny. But
Fair
then,
enough.
yeah, no, Baywatch is all right.
Yeah, I was quite shocked at
they
how
clear-
sweary it is compared to the original
Yeah,
show.
yeah, they clearly had lots of fun making it,
Yeah.
and there was no, like, I was laughing all the way through it because the joke is that you must know from the trailer. The joke is that being a lifeguard is like.
Being a
think there's-
cop.
It's like being a cop, and everyone else is like, you're not. You're just
Just a lifeguard.
lifeguards, and they don't. And none of them get it. Like none of the Baywatch team get it
Right.
at all. And you're just because you're obviously in on the gag from the word go. It's just fucking hilarious.
Cool. I might give it a shot then.
There are some interesting changes to the dynamics as well, like compared to the other one. It's not all like beautiful people. They've got some not so good looking people involved, and like the relationships are different dynamics to what you'd expect, and that kind of adds to the humour even
Did you
more.
hear what he just said about The Rock, Ross?
He wasn't talking about The Rock, but there's not an ugly person in that film.
There is. There's at least 6 ugly people, one of which is in the main team.
Okay, I'll be interested to see
Yeah.
this movie, just to see what Adam's
Yeah.
take on ugly is, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah. There's some very pretty people in it.
Oh, there are. Don't get me wrong. It's Baywatch. There are very, very pretty people in it, male and female, and in between.
I don't know where they filmed it.
yeah.
I'm assuming they must have filmed
And
it like
in between.
Miami way because
Okay.
of the way it looks and stuff. I don't think it was filmed on the West Coast,
No.
but
Well, it's probably half.
and it's not like
Filmed
isn't
somewhere.
Baywatch factually in like somewhere like Los Angeles, whereas this place is just a completely made up place.
Yeah, I think it's fiction. It's supposed to be a fictional beach. I don't think it's a real place.
Did they have the original theme tune in there as like a ringtone?
It
or
kind
something?
of.
turns up
Does it?
when one particular bit part turns up as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go and watch it.
I downloaded. Of course, I stole it. I didn't fucking pay for this movie.
Bloody thief.
The unedited. You know they do the silly. Quite often comedies have like an unedited cut that comes out on DVD.
Yeah.
So I downloaded that, and it was 2 hours. It was probably a little on the long side. I don't know how long the one you watched is.
Yeah, about the same length. I think it was a little bit too long.
But
They
I
could have
imagine-
cut certain bits.
I
and
don't
made
know.
it a bit
Wouldn't know
shorter.
without looking it up. But I would say probably there was. I imagine there's probably 15 minutes extra, roughly. I'm guessing between that and the theatrical cut.
Cool. Is it? Yeah. Should I download the theatrical cut then, and not worry about the extended?
Watch the extended one.
Okay.
You might as well. It's only 2 hours.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not.
There's 2 hours including credits as well.
I'm going to go and
so-
watch a 3-hour movie at the cinema tomorrow. So yeah,
What are you watching?
Blade Runner. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
And then I'll talk about. So went to Brighton and saw some wrestling on Friday.
All right.
That was quite good
Actual
fun,
wrestling?
actually. Yeah, actual wrestling.
Being
Yeah.
filmed for anything? Or
They
was it just some blokes?
film it. No, it's this British wrestling company called. Oh shit! What are they called? Don't know. Can't remember now. But apparently the WWE.
The
British-
BWC?
No, there was a guy from the
British
actual
Wrestling
WWE
Company?
there.
Oh.
It's really fun. It is athletic panto, and it was brilliant and fun
Right.
and fucking ridiculous.
Why did you go and see wrestling?
Because I was just visiting friends, and they were like, wrestling's on. Let's go and watch it.
It's well enough to go to wrestling, Adam.
This
Yeah.
is Friday.
It's men in tight pants wrestling on the
This was like
ground.
3 days ago.
Brilliant. Okay.
And then the only other thing is I watched
Oh,
Last Action
sweaty,
Heroes, but I'll talk about that in our other podcast.
I did miss something actually that I did watch,
Go
but
on.
I think I missed it on purpose because it's going to be controversial.
Right.
I watched it.
Okay.
And I thought it was a piece of shit.
You didn't enjoy it?
No,
You're
not
just
even slightly.
Objectively wrong.
Ah, well.
No, it just I didn't think it was very well made. I didn't think the kids were very good actors. I didn't think the storyline was that compelling. I didn't find that I actually cared about the children or
You did
found
watch the
any
2017
of it scares.
version of it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't
Was it on a
find
double-sided DVD?
I didn't find it scary in atmosphere or in the story. There was one bit that made me jump slightly. And
It's
then,
not scary.
No, but
I wouldn't say it's not a scary film. It's a creepy horror film.
But I didn't find it creepy either.
Right.
I just found it like a bit boring.
That's a shame.
Just from my point of view, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
Wow.
So
That's a real shame.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of people that have paid a shitload of money to see that film.
Yeah,
that
and those
kind of
people
disagree,
may get a lot more out of it than I did. It didn't. Maybe it's the other stuff I've watched in the past. And
my controversial thought on it is that probably the worst actor is the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
totally agree.
But he's bad in Stranger Things as well. So
Yeah.
He had all the best lines though, didn't he?
Yeah. I suppose there are things that I would change about it. Like lines that are in there that don't make sense because it's not been. Maybe it's in editing. I don't know, but there are lines like he says "beep beep Richie" to Richie at the end when he's going to get him, and at no point has it said that his family say to Richie, they say "beep beep" to him to tell him to shut up,
Right?
Because he's always talking. But it's never covered.
But then
they still leave it in the film.
Yeah, and then there's
Little
also
things.
weird little bits like where they just sort of jump in time. Like they have a couple of scenes where something happens and then it's like suddenly a few days later,
Right.
and it jumps back to the kids a few days later, and
You
it's like,
can't handle
what?
weird film continuity, can you? It breaks you.
yeah, but it's not that it's weird film continuity. That's just a time jump, but it's a time jump that's like not really given a reason for happening. It's just like, oh, we can't be bothered to explain anything, so we're just going to jump a week
Maybe
ahead.
nothing happened for 3 days.
Yeah, but then like
Well,
you're
they
being
all stayed at
chased
home
by
'cause
a
they're
weird, scary
paranoid as
clown.
fuck.
Like it's this, like if you're being chased by a weird, scary clown, you're not just going to go and have a normal life for a week.
One of
and
them-
then,
Adam's
one of
just in
them-
the cinema rocking, going, "I need a day and night cycle. I need a day and night cycle. I need a day and night cycle."
no, not that much bothered. It's just the weird way they did the jump cuts of time, and I didn't find that they didn't feel natural in the way they were doing them, and the editing chops throughout the film were just really.
They're not Michael Bay choppy, but
But they were
choppy
some
bits,
pretty choppy bits.
I
really like the special effects of the clown's jitteriness, like it was almost stop motion animation. That side of stuff was really well done. It was just the other
effects
bits
with the clown are very good.
Yeah.
Like the bit where he's in the cellar and he goes to get the other guy and
Yeah.
across the room,
Yeah.
and he doesn't quite get him, and he just flops onto the stairs and kind of slides off, and his head becomes sort of formless.
Yeah.
Looks very clever. Looks very good.
I like really concise storytelling where I don't mind a jump into the future by considerable amounts.
I don't
Like
mind.
really good examples like Peaky Blinders, how they tell so much in 6 episodes compared to like how HBO would tell something in 10 or 12
But
episodes.
with things like Peaky Blinders,
And it's
they've
just
probably
it's-
done those time jumps, and the way they've edited the cuts of those time jumps, they've probably done them a lot better than this film did. That's my problem with it. It's the way they've done it.
They're just written by British people.
Is Peaky Blinders any good?
It's fucking fantastic, man.
Is it? I saw
It's
the first
really good.
episode and didn't carry on with it.
No, it's brilliant.
Okay, there's a third season coming, I think.
It's just like season 4 or 5, mate.
Is it?
You're so far behind.
Okay. There's definitely a new season on its way,
Cool.
just around the corner. 'cause
I
saw it
started
on,
the first season a little while ago.
his,
I haven't
website
finished
today.
it, but
It's fucking
yeah.
brilliant.
And me, I've had the most disappointing weekend in television history.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a bit kind of lackluster.
Did you not get what you wanted out of Big Brother?
No. War for the Planet of the Apes. Saw that.
Right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not really very war-y. There's a planet and some apes.
Isn't it more like
Political.
there's not many humans left, and there's
It's like a concentration camp story.
yeah.
Does it look
To a degree.
fantastic?
It looks amazing. It does look brilliant. The effects are stunning, and it's great to be able to sort of look at an ape, and go, ooh, I can guess who the actor is through all of that CGI. or I recognise that
okay.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we guess who he is? And one
Oh
occasion
yeah,
we were
it's
right.
a bit. Transformers is a bit like that.
Yeah.
John Goodman is a giant fat robot.
There's a difference between it being able to recognise somebody's
yeah, I'm fucking
voice.
joking.
Okay, fine. Fine.
But with it, because I haven't seen it yet, would you say it is on a level with the second one? Because the first one, for me, out of the new ones, is still the best one.
Yeah, I think the first one's still... I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, I was kind of like a bit lackluster. I wasn't too bothered going into it either. Wasn't massively excited because I know how it's, going to end up to a degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because we've all seen the original Planet of the Apes, I hope.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. What was there, 7 of them or something?
7 or 8, yeah.
I think I've only ever seen
Ending on
the
Battle
first
of the
one.
Planet of the Apes, wasn't it? Or Battle Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Who knows?
I can't remember.
There's one where the apes come back to Earth, isn't there? And then they're just being like experimented on and stuff. And then it's them coming back to Earth is what sets off the whole thing. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
There we go. But yeah, it's okay. It's worth watching. It looks fantastic, like you say, and it wraps the story up. So therefore...
it actually wraps up the main of the three.
Yeah.
Of the three, it kind of leads to that point that you kind of know you can just go and watch the originals from that point onwards.
It gives you a reason for the humans being dumb in... I can't remember if they handled that in the second one or not. I don't think they did.
No.
The reason for the humans being dumb in the original story, in the original film, is handled in there. And
okay, cool.
Yeah, and just generally humans getting pretty wiped out and stuff. Yeah.
I'm always up for a little bit more Planet of the Apes.
In the continuity, is Charlton Heston still supposed to have gone into space in the...
Yeah, that's shown
70s?
in the first one.
Really?
No, it's in 2000 and...
Oh, it's on the radio, isn't it? In the first one, you hear it on the radio.
And a news article on the TV talking about the fact that the space shuttle's gone missing.
Yeah, this is true.
Right, so they can, if they want to do another trilogy, they can do another trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
They could redo the Charlton Heston trilogy, or something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That trilogy that's like 7 movies.
Yeah. It's a... oh, fuck, who did Hitchhiker's Guide to... it's a Douglas Adams trilogy.
Yeah. A trilogy in 7 parts.
5 parts, but yeah.
What for this one, 7?
Yeah. Little Evil as well from Netflix.
I quite enjoyed that for a Sunday afternoon.
I fell asleep.
Background noise.
Oh,
yeah.
It's funny. It's
funny
moments.
in places.
Yeah. It's not a groundbreaking piece of horror comedy, but
I think for a fun, like Halloween movie, you want something to just watch for a laugh, popcorn at hand.
It is. Yeah, it is the sort of
It's
thing
not so
that
bad.
you go to the cinema for if you just want to go to the cinema for complete shit.
I wanted to turn it off though.
Yeah,
halfway through, but there you go. So that's never a good sign.
Real quickly,
yeah.
Talking to Netflix, we're watching American Vandal.
It's great.
Anna doesn't know it's not real.
Yes, amazing.
Do you know what? Halfway through, I said this before on the podcast, I got halfway through and really and forgot that it wasn't real. Like, there's that moment, there's certain moments where you get so sucked into what you're watching, you kind of forget that it's a satire. And then you kind of go, oh yeah, shit, this isn't real. This is a comedy.
I said, do you want to watch this American Vandal? I've heard it's quite funny. And that's all I said. I didn't deliberately steer her into it playing a gag on her. And then we're about 3 episodes in and she turned around and went, is this real? Like, because it is pretty real apart from, like, there's one teacher who clearly says things that would get him instantly dismissed.
Yeah.
And I just turned around and went, yeah, and that's it. And now we're 6, 7 episodes in now, and probably going to finish it like tonight or tomorrow.
Because it's so realistic.
It's not real, Anna.
Amazing.
Like, Seth Rogen's name comes up in the end credits.
Yeah.
And she hasn't noticed that yet. Because Netflix does that thing where it goes, just press a button and skip the end credits and skip the opening credits. So yeah, I'll fill you in with more details next week.
Amazing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is really like realistically done in places. It's quite clever. I quite like it.
Cool. Righto, also on my list of disasters, bloody Despicable Me 3. That doesn't deserve to be on this year's billion-dollar movie list.
Why not?
My God, it's terrible.
I haven't seen it.
It's really terrible.
The first one and the second one were really good.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know about the third one. So.
I don't know if I was just in a bad mood, but Jesus Christ, I wanted to throw something at the screen. It was just so bad. Well, how can you possibly earn $1 billion?
Well,
Failure of a movie.
but then you say that. Look at how much money the Transformers films make.
Oh.
Look how much money Alien Covenant made.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing artistic and clever tends to actually make any money anymore. It's just the stuff that's dragged out of a bucket and thrown at the screen.
Fair enough.
Right.
It's almost like they go, somebody sits and watches a movie and goes, this isn't as good as we thought it was going to be. Let's double the marketing budget.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, true. Anyway, The
It's
Gifted.
mental.
Did you see The Gifted yet, Adam?
No.
Go and
Is
give
that
it a
out
watch
now?
and see
I
what
didn't
you
realise
think.
it was out.
Yeah, first episode is available.
Yeah.
Again,
It's by the guys that do X-Men.
I'm really disappointed.
Fox, isn't it?
It was directed by Bryan Singer.
Yeah, I'm not too fussed then. I assumed it would be rubbish.
It's not good television. Although the episode ends well, it drags its feet getting there.
I think, to be honest, the only thing to come out of the Fox side of the Marvel stories so far that I actually like is Deadpool and Legion.
Okay.
The rest of it can go and suck a dick.
Sentinels are great in it.
Yeah.
They remind me more of like the things from the Matrix. What are they called? The octopusy things that come after
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Are they called Sentinels as well?
I think they are.
Can you remember?
Maybe. It's a good film, that.
What, The Matrix?
Yeah. It's really fucking good.
It is.
Yeah, I wish I'd watched The Matrix instead. Anyway,
Yeah.
right, yes, so don't watch any of those, because they're all rubbish. You could watch the first episode of Season 8 of Bob's Burgers, though. That's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got like 60 different artists to do
Rad.
the episode. So, like, from scene
That's a
to
bit
scene.
like the...
even, not actually from not scene to scene, from camera transition to transition, it's
Yeah.
changing artist.
It's a
quite
bit
good.
like the
It's quite fun.
Adventure Time that they did like that.
Similarly, what you were saying about Anna, we've got about 10 minutes into it, and Jilly said, "Have they changed artist yet?" Jesus Christ! How can you not see that? It's the most obvious. Oh God, you've gone from like sketchy-looking line drawings to manga to like bubbly cartoon drawings. No, yeah, head in hands, just like pay attention.
I think you've both got kid brain there at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, maybe.
You got a
Maybe.
new child, your brain's not going to necessarily pick up on everything, and also you got that to focus on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I think if people don't like Gifted, they should go and watch.
You could be gifted.
Yeah, they could go and watch
Gifted.
Inhumans or that instead. I think
Yes,
they're
lifted.
much
Shall we
better.
wrap up Rick and Morty next week when Paul's back?
Yeah.
Let's do it now.
You want to do it now?
Oh.
Well,
Alright.
we've got Rick and Morty in the news, so
we have got Rick and Morty in the
it's
news.
actually the next topic of conversation.
Segway. Right, Rick and Morty.
Hello, was that your phone?
It's his stupid
Live
voice
on the
command
podcast.
thing.
Hey Siri. When did Rick and Morty season finale air?
Thinking.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it's Siri. It's not going to do anything useful.
Bloody Siri. Anyway, so yes, we saw the last episode of Rick and Morty then, Ross.
Yeah.
Weird, eh?
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Is it the end?
What of it ever?
No.
Of that series.
Is it the end of season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Is it?
Is it?
Do you think?
I don't think so.
Do you not think so?
I'm
I-
hopeful that there's going to be a
yeah.
Christmas episode. We're hoping everybody out there
does that
has
count?
seen it by now. So
I think because they were contracted for 14, but they were contracted for 14 last series and only did 10. So
the contract actually says 10, but they say that they could handle 14. And they've given it this hard ending, I think, just to kind of go, well, we could have done more.
I reckon they've got
Adult
3
Swim.
extra waiting to just chuck them out.
What does my head in is when you get to the end of season and some of the stuff from the introduction has not made it into the season.
Exactly.
You're like,
It's
what
not-
is that?
Yeah, but that's because it's
like,
multiple
where's the fucking
dimensions.
one with the Metroid-like creature that never turns up? Does
Where's
it?
the one with Cthulhu from the very beginning of the season 1 that's been in the intro
Yeah,
all the way
there's-
through?
There's a thing with
so
the
it's
intro,
the
though,
big
isn't there?
creature of Cthulhu, but the little creature looks like a Metroid, doesn't it?
Yeah. But then, like you say, there's a theory behind it all.
With
And,
the
and this one, it's about I want to see the scene where he's just going and picking up a new Morty
Yeah.
off the shelf.
But not all of them will be in there, will they? Because it's like real fake through the beginning. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how they
like
do
the
it?
guy with the butt face, that's not going to be in there. But the next one with the piano hammers, that is in there.
Yeah.
So, and then the next one's.
But
the
then I
naughties
don't think
on
they're
the shelf.
necessarily fake. They're just alternate realities.
Yeah. Well,
There are so many
fake as in they
realities,
won't
you
be
know.
in an episode.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
But then I, like I said to you last week, I kind of wish with Rick and Morty that they would just make a load and then just drop them in at different times during the year. So we got a little bit, like 1 or 2 or 3 episodes every week, and then nothing for a while.
Funny
and then
you should
3
say
episodes,
that. So they're talking about doing it with the next season.
Cool.
So doing 14 seasons, but that's
14
episodes.
yeah.
Sorry, but to make sure that people don't have to wait quite so long.
They'll
doing
chuck
them in
out
chunks.
3 or 6
Yeah.
here and
Yeah.
3 or 4 there. Or
So I think
I'm up for that.
makes a lot of sense.
The way I consume my TV shows now and stuff, like I'm quite happy for there to be.
Or just quite happy to wait and have it all at once as well as an alternate.
Yeah, I don't want to have it all at once. I like the fact that there is a wait in between. It lets me think about what I've watched and what I've seen. I hate the whole... Because that's the thing, I like the Marvel Netflix shows, but I feel like I'm forced to have to watch it all so nothing's spoiled.
Yeah.
Which means I have to watch it all like within a certain time frame, and then you end up not enjoying it as much as you could. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting if we had the opportunity to watch it like that, though, if they're up for doing it that way, because I don't want to be... I don't want all the shows that I really like to be forced into this whole thing that people want it all and they want it now, and it's like, well, yeah, but then there's no excitement in your life with the things that you're into. I'd rather have a little bit of something I like all year round, you know, little drops of, like, here's some Rick and Morty, here's some Star Trek, here's some, like, whatever, you know.
Sure.
But
In little bite-sized chunks.
yeah. Kind of like they've done with The Tick. They did the first 6 episodes and they purposely went, no, we filmed the other bits, but we're just going to wait a while so you can talk about what you've seen so far and actually theorise where you think it's going to go and chat with your friends about it, because that's kind of fun.
And Twin Peaks as well. They're doing that with that. So it's being released sort of every now and
Yeah,
then.
every now and then there'll be a 23-year gap.
But yeah, while we're on the subject of Rick
That's
and
what
Morty...
they're doing with it, aren't they? They're waiting for all the child actors to be adults.
No.
So we're not getting part 2 until like 2028.
They are
or
definitely
something.
not doing that.
I'm not too fussed about the second part, but yeah.
Well, you know, you might have changed in another 25 years' time.
Yeah.
Might be a woman,
Yeah.
maybe. Right, Rick and Morty, yeah, so Szechuan sauce. What a bunch of dicks. What the hell?
Yeah.
McDonald's, what you're playing at. You've caused quite a lot of, distress and
The thing
physical
is,
harm
though,
to people there, I think.
I think the thing is, they haven't caused physical harm.
People have done it to themselves, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Like,
If you'd have just produced more, though.
No, but the problem is, they thought of this as like, oh, it's this small little cartoon that people like. They didn't do the research into how popular Rick and Morty is.
They took my other half's perspective,
Yeah.
that nobody likes Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the world proved them wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you end up with signs saying, I want my Szechuan sauce, I don't care if it takes 9 seasons, written out on banners and held up on posts outside picketing at a
One
McDonald's.
store had 1,000 people camped outside
Yeah.
to get Szechuan sauce, and that store had 70 pots.
Well, one woman's trying to get her money back from McDonald's for the fuel it cost for her and her partner to drive 6 hours across the country at 6 in the morning to get there and be told that that particular store didn't have any
Wow.
because it hadn't been delivered. And then she was angry that they wouldn't even let her have a poster.
Wow.
And it was like, come on, it's like, it's not even... Basically, you like this cartoon, they have mentioned something you were probably too young to remember.
In all fairness, though, we did warn them last week that not all stores that had promotional stuff up would have Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
So if they'd have just paid attention to what we were saying on the podcast,
Well, yeah, that's very true.
then, you know, wouldn't be quite so heartbreaking, would it?
I just think people are, unfortunately, just... like with the whole TV thing, people just want everything and they want it now. So they see this little thing mentioned, the misunderstanding by execs in McDonald's have gone, yeah, we'll make some and like have a limited run because there's not going to be that many people into this show.
This will be fun, won't it?
And then this will
like
be
a
a good
happy toy.
laugh. And then
Happy
some
meal,
woman's going, you need to pay me all the money for my fuel for travelling 6 hours across the country at 6 in the morning. You're a dickhead. Why did you get up at 6 in the morning to go and get some Szechuan sauce?
Why did you not check out the bloody
Like,
website first to
Just
check
go
which
to
store
your
you're going
local,
to?
like, go to your local Asian food supplier and see if they've got some. I guarantee they've got something that tastes the same.
And
If it's
what,
that much, if it's
stick
actually
your
about
own-
eating it,
Stick your own Rick and Morty packaging on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I just find it insane.
Madness. Well, I had a look on eBay yesterday, and the cheapest that I could see it as a buy it now was $55. Today, the cheapest I could see as a buy it now was $130. So if you want to start trading in Szechuan sauce, you probably can. There are people bidding on auctions that are currently running at $250. So, you know,
It's just
none of that makes
insane.
sense. I did see a buy it now for $1,200 as well.
It's
So.
a sauce. It's going to
Yeah.
go off eventually. It's not like...
Oh, it's got a yeah. Surprisingly, despite the fact it's a McDonald's product, it's got a sell-by date on it, a use-by date on it, which
Yeah.
is next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not even like they can keep it and sell it. Like
I don't ever listen to use-by dates, and it is McDonald's food. It'll probably
Yeah.
live forever because it's full of preservatives. But you know, it's I was quite surprised to see a use-by date on it. To be honest,
Yeah.
I suppose they have to put one on it by law.
Yeah. Well, they. Yeah. I imagine most of their food they say don't eat it after the day of purchase. Now.
Put it in a fish tank.
Yeah. See if it lasts.
Yeah.
So it's all an absolute load of bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you could trade in this stuff. You could go. You could actually.
But only for a
you could-
month.
You could do a buy. Yeah, only for a month because then after that sell-by date you can't sell
No.
it. But yeah, so you could spend money on buy it now auctions.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, hypothetically, you do a buy it now for £55. You ask the seller not to send it. You sell it at an auction for $250, and then get the original seller to send it to the buyer.
It's just so complicated.
Try it.
though.
Somebody at home try it.
Yeah,
if you've got
somebody
$55 to kind of risk.
Someone that's got
55
money
quid.
to waste on a risky challenge involving people on eBay, go for it.
I'm fairly entrepreneurial. I would probably give it a go if it weren't Szechuan sauce.
pesky quid?
If it weren't just Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, at least they've done it with Lego or a SNES Mini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Anywho, right, yes, so more serious things. Blade Runner, unsurprisingly, is at the top of the bloody box office. And
Has it already
yeah.
kicked it from the top spot? Because that was there for like a
Yes,
day or
yeah,
two, wasn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
plastering it at the moment. So, in actual fact, it went off the top spot, disappeared for a couple of weeks, and then came back again. And took number one again. But still,
27 years later.
but Blade Runner, yes, I'm going to go and watch it tomorrow. Hopefully do a review of it next week if you guys are up for it.
Cool. I will try and
You're a
find the time to watch it.
Did you guys watch the shorts yet? The intro shorts?
I've watched one,
Which one?
the long one.
Oh, the manga one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Cool.
alright.
Oh, manga, I should say anime. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
Japan.
Don't hang me. Hang me?
All right.
Hang me.
Um,
It's turning into slightly racist sounding words now, isn't it?
I'm finding it very difficult to avoid spoilers for bloody Blade Runner because YouTube, literally, my feed is full of bloody people that are doing videos of Easter eggs and how the ending explained and
Yeah, you need
Everyone-
to
Don't watch
you need
them.
to get better YouTube.
I just
don't watch
I'm
any
just
of them.
ignoring YouTube. I'm not going near YouTube.
I haven't even listened to Mark Kermode's review of it.
No, nor have I.
I listened to Movie Bob's and it didn't ruin anything for me. It just told me what I needed to know and whether it was worth watching, and he thinks it is. So
Cool.
going by what he said, and he's actually been more analytical than he normally is. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this actually sounds
So
good.
completely the opposite of this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's 3 hours long.
is
I'm
it?
gonna- yeah,
Well,
it's
this
just
fucking
under.
podcast.
Just under 2 hours 47 minutes.
Wow.
The movie, not this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to find the time to go to cinema.
Oh, it's a big ass, that.
What,
It
3
is.
hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a cinema seat.
I'll do it quite happily.
Oh, I just find them so uncomfortable.
Mother's babysitting, so the missus is coming with us.
Cool.
She's going to love it.
Like she likes Star Trek and the Orville.
I got her to actually watch the original the other day, so yeah, and she actually quite enjoyed it. So this is good. This is.
Did she like
is
the
all right.
Orville and Star Trek?
Oh, we've
the other
not
night?
seen Orville yet, but she loves Star Trek. So
Oh, okay.
yes. So off the back of Blade Runner, bloody Dave Bautista is been offered a new action comedy pick. Don't know any details about it, but
It's a series.
is it?
I heard, yeah, a TV series that
Okay.
he's got lined up or something. So
Yeah.
sounds quite good.
So he's going to get a load more work by the looks of it. His future career is being compared to that of The Rock. So
Well, yeah, but he's a WWE actor that can actually act as well as
Yeah.
do comedy. So I think he's got more
Who, The
chances.
Rock?
just say that again.
No, Dave Bautista.
Yeah, The Rock has as well.
Nah,
The Rock's fucking brilliant. You just watch Baywatch. You know how brilliant The Rock
he's
is.
good at comedy.
fucking brilliant
Yeah,
in
he's
all
good
of
at
that.
comedy, but I've never really seen him do anything serious that I could take seriously. Whereas Dave Bautista, I think's got the look of him. He's more believable in a serious role. Obviously, that's cartoony, but not cartoony, comedy. But
Yeah. Do you like Jared
Yeah.
Leto?
no,
No.
no,
Do you
not
like
even
him,
slightly.
Ross?
No, he's fucking annoying, isn't he?
I don't
Really?
like his music. I don't like his clothes. I don't like his face. I didn't like him as a Joker. I
Okay.
can't think of
I
many
think the
things
Joker's
that I
done
like him.
irreversible damage to a lot of people's. I know he's only
Image of him.
acting
What
in the
else has he
role.
been in?
He's in
he's a
Requiem
bloody-
for a Dream.
he
That's
is.
the only other film I
Yeah,
can think of.
He's a
in about
chameleon.
20
He's been in more films than you'd bloody give him credit for. Go and have a look.
Was he in Almost Famous?
I can't remember.
No, he's not. I'm fairly
Okay.
sure he's not.
He's going to be Hugh Hefner in the movie though.
Why are they doing that?
Well, because he's just died, isn't he?
Well, I suppose he did give us 60s Batman, didn't he?
And Playboy
Yeah.
and James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got a fair amount of credit to give the bloke, I suppose. Why not watch a movie? I know how much you love a biopic.
If it's about someone interesting, I think imagine a biopic about him would actually be quite interesting.
He's probably had a very good life, hasn't he?
He's
to be
probably had a
honest?
very interesting life.
Yes.
Not necessarily
Or you can
good.
double bill it with the People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because Larry Flint was the guy who made Hustler, was the publisher of Hustler. But
Okay.
he his life wasn't quite as nice as
No.
Hugh Hefner's.
Okay, I have seen that film, but it was just once.
Courtney Love.
Maybe I was drunk. I don't know.
That was probably a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Anyway, so you were looking on your phone. Did you have anything to add to
No,
that?
I was just flicking through IMDb and I was like, yeah, he's pretty good in Dallas Buyers Club, isn't he?
I still haven't seen that.
Don't think I've seen it either. Right, bloody moving on. The Bride of Frankenstein, guys, as I don't know if I'm surprised or not. It's been shut down. They were starting to film it. They were building sets. It's due to be.
Is this the non DC Dark Universe?
That's right. Yeah,
Right, with
yeah,
the Tom Cruise
Universal one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so they're due to start filming in February, and the director Bill Condon and
Bill what?
Condon
Oh, okay.
has
I heard something completely different.
he said things had been proceeding according to plan, but after thoughtful consideration, Universal Pictures and I have decided to postpone.
In other words, it's shit.
Yes.
The idea didn't work. No one cares. DC tried to sue us. We've given up.
And a budget and no script, and nobody wanted to do it, so we said no.
Well, it's funny you should say that because, yeah, it's big script rewrites going on. Javier Bardem and Angelina Jolie are signed on for the movie, but
Oh.
they've now both taken a back step and said, well, you know what, if we don't have a script, I'm not really sure I'm going to be in it. And, well, that's bad news for Javier Bardem especially, because he was in the
Mummy.
photographs that they did a little while back.
Was he in
of
The
all
Mummy,
the
wasn't he?
cast. No.
Wasn't he? Oh,
No.
I haven't seen it.
He
So
was
I
in
thought
the-
he was in it.
It was in the cast photos that they did when they did a shoot earlier in the year. Angelina Jolie wasn't in those photos, which is probably quite sensible, really.
Yeah.
So she's less kind of... Well, no,
So she was going to be the bride of Frankenstein.
yes, I believe so.
Ugh.
Yeah, you'd hate that movie, wouldn't you?
I just
You
don't
really
like
would.
her at all.
So, yeah, all this on the back of the fact that The Mummy, apparently, despite grossing $407 million worldwide, is expected to lose Universal $100 million.
Oh, well, at least Scientologists got another film with him in that they can be made to watch and
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah, true.
It's like their Saturday night viewing at a Scientology communes is where they just go and watch things with
The good thing
John
is
Travolta and Tom Cruise.
The good thing is the next Mission Impossible will be good.
Yeah.
Because we know he's broken a
Tick
body
and tock,
part.
isn't it?
Very true. Right, Fast and Furious. Back to bloody The Rock.
Yeah, something about one of the other cast being angry at him for getting a solo film.
Well, it's not a solo film. It's so they've delayed the next Fast and Furious movie so that they can do a spin-off with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah,
And
one of the guys is a bit.
To some degree, there's some sort of like a Fast and Furious brotherhood argument.
Because the comments I saw was that he was angry because he'd made comments to them before about, I don't think it's a good idea if they come to you for a solo idea, because we've got a good family unit here of people working on these films.
Yeah.
So if you go and do that, it's going to kind of cause people to go off and do their own thing, and then
Breaking up the
it'll
family, man.
break up the group from doing another one.
You like Fast and Furious, Ross?
Yeah, they're good fun. They are good fun.
Does this bother you?
No, I don't care. I don't
They're
care.
good fun, but they're not
care
good
about
films.
the family bit or anything. I like the car chases and the punching.
That's it.
I can honestly say I've never managed to get through a whole one. So
No.
They're sick. They are really good fun. Once
a few people I know have said
the first
that.
three aren't great. The third one's particularly bad, but
Isn't it
so
Tokyo
goes
onwards
like
or
that.
something? Is Tokyo
Yeah,
the
they're
fourth
really
one?
good.
Did you just give us a visual
Yeah,
representation of how the movies go?
They're like a heartbeat thing. On a,
Again, no one can see that.
no, so like
Explain it. It goes down a little bit.
One's all right, two's not very good, three's not very good, and then four's amazing, five's amazing, 6, 7.
But seven's the peak, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the moment.
8's all right, but 7 was brilliant.
Like on a CD, seventh song's always the best one.
It's just not true.
Just Radiohead.
Track 1's always the best track.
What? Okay.
It's not though, is it? But there's so many albums you listen to and you go, you only get about halfway in, don't you?
I don't know. I've got loads of albums that I can't listen to unless I've got time to sit down and listen to the whole album. So I just won't listen to
Albums
any
are
of the songs.
front loaded, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Well,
Depends.
depends on the album.
Yeah.
I like a nice balanced album.
New boots and
This is
panties.
all speculative anyway.
Anyway,
Isn't it?
yeah. News.
So,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, so there are other cast members kicking off at The Rock.
Oh really? Oh, so
Diverse-
it's not just the one guy then. Right. Okay.
But is it about the paycheck? Are these guys thinking, fuck me, I've got to wait another 2 years before I get that?
Yeah,
cool
especially if some of
20
them can't
million.
get jobs in anything else.
Yeah,
because those
'cause they've all
films
been
are so bad.
typecast. They've all been typecast. You're like the guy from Fast and Furious. I'm not hiring you.
I am the guy from Fast and Furious. Oh, yeah, we're definitely not giving you a job then.
The in actual fact, the great news about this is that the studio have shifted the release of DreamWorks Animation's Trolls sequel to take up the spot, meaning that you'll get a Trolls sequel on Valentine's Day 2020.
What?
Lucky you.
I don't care about the Trolls or Valentine's Day.
Or I don't even care about 2020 at the moment.
It's like, what, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years away? I don't
What
know.
Star Wars film's coming out in 2020?
None, but we are going to get a trailer tonight.
Yes.
Are we?
Well,
Yes,
it'll be
we are.
An
early
actual
hours of the
trailer.
morning
It's
when it
not
first-
going, unfortunately, it's not going to drop while we're recording, which I was kind of hoping.
Oh.
It
Oh,
will
mate, I wouldn't be watching it on that bit of shit.
Don't talk about my monitor like that. It's right there. It's right there. But yeah,
Did you see the trailer for the trailer?
I did see the trailer for the trailer, yes.
It's ridiculously bad.
Well,
The
yeah.
quality was awful.
Yeah.
It was just like one little snippet of like 4 seconds of nothing.
But there are some things that you can take away from it.
Really?
Like, yeah, training of both Ray and, what's his face? The bad guy.
Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Ben.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Yeah, Ben Scott. Is his
Benjamin
name
Solo.
Ben? Ben Solo. That's weird. In the expanded universe, Luke and Mara Jade, their kid's called Ben Skywalker.
There you
Wow.
go. But yeah, the fighting styles, I heard some guy ripping apart the fighting styles that have been used in the training with Ray and stuff, and like, yeah, comparing
People are
that.
bellends. Fuck off.
Yeah, but how can
Star
you?
Wars.
It's
I'll
in
fight-
a, it's
I
a
will
galaxy
fight you
far,
all.
far away. How can you rip apart the martial arts or fighting styles? They're made up.
Yeah, but there are made-up fighting styles for Star Wars, unfortunately.
Are there?
There are like 5 or 6 different
Oh, for fuck's sake!
styles of lightsaber dueling.
Yeah, and that
Sod
got
off,
blown out of the
nerds.
water when they got a giant green frog to flip around. Yeah? Is he doing a special style, is he? Or is he just Yoda?
Who do you mean? The Gungan?
No, Yoda.
Yoda.
When he
You
did
mean-
his bouncy pinball machine impression.
Okay.
But again, the Jedi, you'll probably find out that the lightsaber stances and styles are just from expanded
Different sword
universe
styles.
anyway.
Yeah, but they're probably all based on real
But
sword
yeah, like
styles.
there's you know the like when you fight with a broadsword, like in Kingdom of Heaven, where you start with your hilt high above your hands.
Yeah.
That was just one of them. And it's expanded universe, so it's all bollocks anyway. Just because somebody wrote it down doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah, but nerds are nerds, mate.
Fuck them.
Other bit of speculation then is Kylo Ren, because you see him picking up his lightsaber and you see some red robes in the background. But we know that there's going to be a Snoke with Kylo Ren scene at Kylo Ren's like little home thing.
We also know he's got some weird guards because
So-
they've released the toys of them before the films
Yeah.
even come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is so annoying.
So they're a bit like the Imperial Guards, aren't they, from the old
with
Jedi
weird
ones?
shaped helmets.
So, yes, both Rey and Kylo Ren in training then with their prospective masters. Who cares?
Skywalker.
But the trailer, if you're in the UK, will drop in the early hours of the morning. So by the time you hear this podcast,
you will have seen it.
It'll be available. It'll be on our podcast. It'll be on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So go and have a look at it there.
I'll probably just get up in the morning and sit and watch it on my big telly in surround sound.
With some tissues.
Probably have a little cry.
Cry.
Wank.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't there's been a few Star Wars trailers that I've cried over recently.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Crying.
We're not having that conversation. Right. Raising Dion. Have you ever read that one, Adam?
Raising Dion?
Yeah. It's a
I don't even-
sci-fi comic about a kid with superpowers.
No.
Netflix have ordered 10 episodes. Michael B. Jordan is producing.
Huh? Is that because they failed with Fantastic Four and he's annoyed, so he's gone, sod it, I'm going to go to Netflix and go, do you fancy letting me produce a superhero show based on a comic I like?
Maybe.
That's probably what that is.
I don't know. Superhero fatigue starts at home, mate. I think, in honesty, how the hell can they expect to carry all these TV shows?
Because there's some are for different audiences than others. Not
Yeah.
everyone's going to watch. Like there's people that won't watch any
don't
of the
have to
DC
watch
and will watch
everything,
the Marvel.
Chris.
No, but still, how many people are going to put up with the fact that every time you change the channel, it's just another show about guys with silly superpowers?
People don't
Why
change
not?
the channel anymore. That's just fucking granddad.
You do it if you
thing
do.
you've said.
If you don't want to watch it, you bloody change the channel. I wanted
Yeah, but
to
that's the
change
thing.
the
You
channel
go
on
in.
bloody The
People
Gifted.
now, like I was saying earlier with the Rick and Morty thing, people go and look for what they want to watch.
Yeah.
So they will go to a website where they know they can get what they want to watch. They will know what's coming out through things like podcasts like this happening and people talking about what's being greenlit and what's coming and that. And some people will go, oh, amazing. I remember that comic. It was amazing. I'll go and watch that. And then they'll watch it and either like it or hate it. And then other people that will come across it and go, I'll give it a go. And then there'll be other people going, well, I only watch the DC TV shows, or I only watch the Marvel shows, or I only watch anything that's been made by Valiant.
Yeah.
And they'll stick to the things they want to watch.
Probably just
I just pick and choose the things that I think I'm going to like the most, and then if I don't like it after a couple of episodes, then I don't watch it anymore.
I just don't bother with any
Like
of it.
Gotham.
apart from
Don't bother with
Daredevil.
Gotham, don't bother with Arrow. I'm dropping Legend of Superheroes,
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow, because it's not as good as Flash or Supergirl,
Right.
which I will carry on watching from DC. Marvel, I will watch the Netflix stuff, Inhumans and Shield if they manage to keep it up like they did with the last series, but most of the other superhero stuff, unless it really grabs out at me, like Gifted, I'll probably give it a go and watch one episode and go, meh.
Yeah, I don't think episode one is the one to sell
No.
it to you. In
No.
honesty, mate, it's yeah. Okay, go and have a look at it. Gore Verbinski is going to be directing Channing Tatum in the Gambit movie, though.
Isn't he, what did he do
He
before?
did A Cure for Wellness quite recently, but The Lone Ranger and Rango. I like Rango.
Oh.
Love Rango. But
I
Didn't
read
he
something-
directed the first Pirates, didn't he?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah.
what I read about earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
So this may or may not be good. We'll see.
To be honest, he did the first Pirates of the Caribbean, which is the only one I like.
Yeah.
Such a good film.
Have you
man.
seen
Rango,
So good.
is Rango the one about the
The Lizard?
lizard? Yeah, that was all right for what
brilliant.
it was. There's some brilliant like little references to Fear and Loathing. So if he's got that sort of, he's involved in projects like that, then maybe they'll do a good job with Gambit. But
Has anyone seen The Cure
No.
for Wellness yet?
no,
Nor have I yet. It's on my watch list, but long term, not really prioritising it. Okay, so yeah, that's happening. We don't know when.
Yay.
Yay. Justice League, though. That's coming out on the 16th of November, and there was a new trailer for it yesterday.
It's coming out this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation, Ross.
Fucking hell.
Yes, 16th of November.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
It is. It seems very quick.
Did you see the new trailer? I take it not.
No.
I did.
Yeah, what do you think?
Pile of shit.
I was kind of on board until this trailer.
I have not been on board since they announced it, and then this really put me off.
This has lost me, mate, completely.
Oh, I'm
As
having
in-
a dream about my dead husband, Superman. Oh, now everything's CGI and everything's crazy, and Aquaman seems to be making cool quips constantly. And
If this
fuck off.
If this trailer has proved one thing to me, it's that every time Superman's on screen, I'm going to be looking at his top lip to see if I can spot the CGI.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, they've CGI'd out his moustache.
Oh yeah, that to me wasn't even in my head. It was just how
mine
bad.
completely. It was like, oh, there he is.
Everything in the
can I
whole
see it?
trailer
Can I see
is
it?
like the worst bits of Batman vs Superman, the ending of the film, where everything's green screen and CGI in a way where it looks like bad CGI over green screen, and the whole thing looked like that. The
It
whole
looks like-
trailer.
it looks plastic.
Batman's car driving through something, and then Aquaman hanging on the front of it going "Yo" or something,
and the cheesy smiles to camera from Wonder Woman
and Bruce Wayne.
during action sequences.
Yeah,
Oh, and
yeah,
something
Bruce
else.
Wayne going "Hey, hey, hey" at the camera, and it's like, that's not what Bruce Wayne or Batman would do. What are you doing?
If you
He's
look
not
at the-
Iron Man.
If you look at the shot of Bruce Wayne talking to the Flash and
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, with the Flash is really cheesing me out as well, the character. But yeah, look at Bruce Wayne's hair. You can see the wig kind of like attached because it's a grey hair wig because he's not
Oh.
really. Yeah. You
Why
can
didn't
see
they
where
just
I
dye
take
it
it's
a
in a
little bit?
reshoot possibly where like the same sort of thing that
I
happened with
really want to go and see this film now.
where you can pull it apart.
No, just because I like a good train wreck.
If I go around someone's house after the fact and they are randomly choosing to watch it and I'm at their house, I will probably end up watching it.
Okay.
But I am not going out of my way to watch this
Just
because it
possibly
looks.
please do
it
me a
looks
favour.
worse.
Go
than
and
all of the
look
other
at this
stuff
trailer
before.
in high def, and then just
Yeah.
pause it on the screenshot where you've got Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
and you can literally see where the grey hair ends and his real hair starts.
I could watch it in
And
4K on my
that
phone
must
right
be
now.
that must be like, well, I'm thinking it's a reshoot, the same sort of thing that happened with Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
where they're just like, oh fuck, what could we do? Stick a wig on him. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
I just don't know anymore. Oh,
Ross is
is watching it.
in 4K on his phone.
Yeah, I do you know what? Like, I struggled with the DC films anyway. We all know that. I've talked about it loads of times. But this just... I'd rather they go off and just do individual standalone stories about all the characters that aren't linked like the Marvel Universe has done, because Marvel have got it right for what they do.
Yeah.
DC should just be like, no, we'll do some Wonder Woman films, and we'll do them in that style, because that worked.
Yep.
They should go off and do Batman films set at different universes and different times. They don't have to be connected to the last Batman. None of the previous Batmans were connected to the Batmans afterwards. Christopher Nolan's Batmans weren't connected to Tim Burton's. Do you know what I mean? So they could quite easily go and do something far more interesting
They could.
and not do a Joker origin, because no one needs or wants that. There isn't an origin to the Joker. That's the point of the character. So go and do other things.
Yeah, and just stop being twats about it.
Yeah, I think they're just playing catch up when they don't need to.
I'm completely gonna have to wait until the film arrives and see how I feel at the time. Right now, I would say I would not go to the cinema to watch it.
Oh, I'm not paying
So,
money to watch
we'll see.
that. I paid money to watch one of the previous ones and was let down.
Yeah.
And then all the others I've watched afterwards, not at the cinema, and they've been absolutely poor. To say, like, the nicest thing I can possibly say about them is that they were absolutely poor
Fine.
pieces of cinema.
I like Batman vs Superman. I like Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
I like Superman, actually, the Man of Steel.
Man of Steel is second to Wonder Woman, who Wonder Woman is a good film, but it's still got issues, whereas Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad are just abysmal.
Quite funny that I was listening to a guy, Emergency Awesome. Do you know who he is at all?
No.
He does a very popular Netflix show covering all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Quite geeky. And he was saying the other day when he was doing a breakdown of the trailer, and he was saying about how Zack Snyder handles colour very well. And I thought, wow, not really. What are you basing that on? Because, yeah... The rest they've all been very dark, haven't they, so
They've
far?
either been really dark or
This
they've been
whole movie's
oversaturated.
red.
Yeah, like it's either oversaturated or no colour at
literally,
all.
I've just about a minute of this trailer's just red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just explosions or
It's not as
fire.
bad as you're saying, though.
It is.
It's not. It's better than that.
Anyway.
But I'm watching it without the sound. So
So you can't hear the pointless jokes between the characters that aren't funny and
I literally
make
just
you
a
hate
scene
them.
with Wonder Woman and
My
Batman.
man.
Yeah, I always forget about Wonder
Ooh,
Woman
Rick and
because I
Morty.
kind of count Wonder Woman as a separate thing because there's nothing in that
'Cause
film
it's
that
good.
directly connects it to the other universes.
Yeah.
Apart from
You
the
know,
opening.
Like, yeah, but you don't. There's no Bruce Wayne's not in it. Do you know what I mean? She just gets the parcel thing, and that's it. Like that is the only connection to the real world, and then the whole film's set in the past, and it's a good film. But the others, I can't hack them at all.
Fair enough. Right, anyway, look, we better move on. Marvel's Runaways.
Interested?
Did you see the trailer?
No, I haven't
Go and
seen
watch the
trailer
trailer.
yet.
I didn't realise it's coming on November 21st.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
bloody hell.
really soon. So they've finished filming it all. They've finished
Mental.
post-production. Looks all right,
I
actually.
haven't seen any shots or anything.
Okay, the trailer's linked on our Facebook page.
Cool.
We don't have to talk about it too much, other than to say, if you don't know what it is at home, it's a group of kids who are the children of supervillains, and they see their parents doing something dark and horrible one evening, and quite occult-like, and decide they're going to, bugger off. That's why they're called the Runaways.
Yep.
There's a dinosaur in it at some point. There's an alien.
Velociraptor.
There's it's an interesting story. Out on Hulu, I do believe. So it'll be released weekly.
So it's not being made by the same people as S.H.I.E.L.D. or Marvel's
No.
Daredevil or
Same
any
people
other...
as The Handmaid's Tale, which can't be a bad thing.
So it's not Fox, Legion people either then?
No.
That's really interesting.
It is
Totally
interesting.
different direction.
Trailer's on our Facebook page. Go and have a look. Do you like Jack Ryan movies and stuff, Ross?
Well, there's been 2 and one of them's good.
Nah, you're thinking of Jack Reacher.
Oh, yeah.
I made that
Jack
mistake.
Ryan's...
There have been loads of Jack
Harrison
Ryan
Ford.
movies.
Yeah. Jack Ryan was Harrison Ford in 2 of the films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games.
That's the one. And
He's in a couple of other... that character is in a few other films as well.
Ben
Yeah,
Affleck was
Ben Affleck, yeah.
him in The Sum of All Fears, and Alec Baldwin, of course, in Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
There's a TV series coming. There's a TV series coming from Amazon. Again, in my opinion, not a bad thing, because they seem to be doing very well with their shows. We mentioned The Tick earlier on. Coming out next year for an 8-episode run. And
Cool.
Cool, we'll have some of that.
They're basically like a more modern sort of James Bond.
it's
They
a
got
guy,
less of the cheesiness, haven't they?
guy that's a Marine that becomes a
Yeah.
CIA agent. Yeah, Tom Clancy. So, all that sort of intrigue and spying about and stuff.
He just works with he's not by some of the later ones. He's not even a CIA agent, is he? He's just like a
man on his
secretary-
own.
He's like Secretary of State or something, isn't he?
Government mystery man.
No, just works directly for the White House. and
Oh, right,
things,
okay.
I think that's the whole point. In Hunt for Red October, he's a young. That's early in his career. Yeah.
Yep.
But when Harrison Ford plays him, it's later in his career. He's moved into sort of civil service.
Chronologically, there's one called Shadow Recruit with Chris Pine. That's released in 2014, so that was, in actual fact, should be the 5th film chronologically, making him, a Marine at the time, but turn into the CIA at that point.
Yeah, he joins the CIA at the end of that one.
What? So the one with Chris? No, the one with Chris Pine in is the one that's just.
That's a Jack Ryan film. It says it in the title.
Oh, I thought it was part of the fucking... What's the one with Matt Damon in?
No.
What? Born Identity.
No,
Yeah.
it's totally separate to that.
No, so the Bourne film without with the Bourne film without...
Jeremy Renner.
Has got fucking Hawkeye in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
confused now.
Anyway, I'm going to make a point because I don't think I've seen all of. Well, I have seen some of them, but not properly, and I'm
To be
quite
honest,
intrigued.
none of them are awful.
No,
They're all pretty good films for what they are.
this trailer again on our Facebook page, it looks very good. Look, I'm bloody intrigued and impressed. So yeah,
Is it Chris Pine again? Or is it
no,
someone
it's
different this time?
John Krasinski as
Oh,
the
okay.
titular character.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, the Chris Pine one wasn't horrendous, so yeah, that's worth a watch as well.
No, I haven't seen The Sum of All Fears or Clear and Present Danger,
They're good for what they are.
but
Cool.
I've seen Patriot Games. Sean Bean's the bad in that.
Oh,
He dies. Of course
Right.
he does. Sean Bean.
moving on.
Spoilers.
Right, yeah, come on.
X-Files
No.
season
come
11.
on, moving on.
I
Not into
haven't
X-Files.
watched. To be honest, I used to be in the X Files. I haven't seen the new X Files since they brought it back.
Season 10 wasn't massively well received.
No.
Are
There
they
was
both
some-
in it?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
is
Yeah, they're
fucking
both in it.
T1000 in it?
No, they're both in it.
Because he was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
T1000.
Yeah, the guy who plays T1000.
Was he in the X-Files?
Yeah.
He was in the X-Files once Mulder got fucking abducted or whatever happened. I don't know.
Yeah, the
And
latest
guy
Such
was
a long
trying to
time
see
ago.
the X,
Yeah.
And then they made Lost and it's all rubbish.
I think he's in CSI or something now as well.
If you like a bit of Duchovny and Anderson, they're back as Mulder and Scully, January 2018 on Fox
Oh.
or on the Pirate Bay, which is where I saw the last season. To be fair,
Yeah, you can either steal it off the internet or give Rupert Murdoch money. So it's not a hard choice, is it?
absolutely, Pirate Bay all the way, isn't it? Right, Pacific Rim 2. Did you guys see the trailer for that?
I don't really know.
It's very dangerously Michael Bay.
Yeah,
It's-
flying giant robots.
It doesn't
Mech
look like it's got the
suits.
character of the first one.
The first one wasn't great, but it wasn't.
Well, it's not a bad film.
No, it's
Is
just
John Boyega
weak.
in it?
Yes, he is.
yeah.
He sounds like he's the name of a mech, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. John
Boyega.
Boy.
John,
Yeager.
get in the Boyega.
But yeah, the effects look fine. It's just looking a bit like it's over the top. Like, and even the music in the trailer is just a bit kind of, oh god, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just mashing too much stuff together.
Probably go home and watch that trailer now.
Yeah, I think you probably should. It's on our Facebook page. In actual fact, nearly all of the news this week is stuff that's had trailers released this week. Netflix.
Yes.
They've got a new movie coming out very soon, which people are just saying it might well break the Oscars.
Internet?
Might break the Oscars because it's being filmed. It's been shown in select cinemas, which I take it means they're gonna show it on the Las Vegas. Hang on, no, the Hollywood the Los Angeles circuit,
Right.
which they need to get an Oscar nomination,
What is it?
and it's called Mudbound. And
Oh,
it's
great title for a film.
It's a film about racism post World War II in
Right.
Mississippi, and there's these two guys. One of them's black, the other one's white. They're both.
Oh, Freudian slip.
What?
See what you just said there? One of them's black, the other one's right.
Fuck off.
Fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed little Nazi over there.
That is not funny. Right?
I'm
yeah,
not
one
laughing,
of
mate.
them's one of them's
Got the straightest face in the room.
one of them's black, the other one's white, and they both got post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
What, from fighting in the Second World War?
Yes, and they become there's a bit of common ground there, so they become quite pally. But unfortunately, the white guy's family are embroiled with the Ku Klux Klan, and it's really hard hitting, and the
Who's in
director, nobody that I recognise the name of,
Oh.
but it's directed by Dee Rees, and she's the girl. She tends to direct sort of quite racially charged projects. So Pariah, if you saw it, or Bessie, which is a TV movie.
No.
She's also going to be directing one of the Electric Dreams episodes,
Cool.
called Kill All Others. I don't know when that's out.
That sounds like it might be about some sort of racism.
Well, maybe. But yeah, so
why is it called Mudbound? Is there any?
I do not know.
Right.
I do
it's
not know.
a weird title for a film.
It is.
It probably makes sense once you watch it, but it doesn't stick in your head as something that you want to go out and look for. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Absolutely. Anyway, it's got like rapturous reviews at Sundance, where they took it to look for buyers, and apparently it's been tarnished with the same sort of brush as Birth of a Nation, because it's a racial movie again. And people have gone, oh no, it didn't really work last time. All the studios have turned their backs on it and said, well, nobody likes the racial movies apparently now, so because that one didn't work. But that one was embroiled with all the bloody director being included in a rape case, and I don't actually know what happened, whether or not he was convicted. But yeah, it's unfair to tie it up with that. And Netflix bought it. The budget for the movie was 12 million. Netflix got it for 12.5.
Cool.
Bargain, really.
So the people that made it have made their money back already then?
Well, yeah, and a cool $500,000.
They've broke even.
Well, 12.5. They've made $500,000 profit.
$500,000's not going to go very far, is it?
No, but yeah. Still.
So yeah, chuck some money at it if you can. It's going to be shown on streaming services, or Netflix specifically, on November 17th. And it will be shown in selected cinemas. So maybe one to spend your money on?
Well, it won't come here, will it? They won't
Maybe
pay
not.
out for a film that small budget in our massive cinema. They tend to only show big budget films.
We'll see. We will see.
It's a problem where we live.
Right. 2 more interesting ones and we'll call it. So Replicas, which is Keanu Reeves and Thomas Middleditch.
Middleditch?
Did you see a trailer for that? What?
Who? Middleditch. Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know who that is. That's a great
You'll recognise his face when you see him. Go and have a look. It's from the producers of Passengers, this movie.
Right.
Called Replicas. And it's about Keanu Reeves like mapping the minds of his family and recreating them after they've died in a car accident.
Oh, lovely.
And all the horrible things that can go wrong with creating sentient technology.
Oh, like all of the films about AI.
Yeah.
There's never a nice one, is there? All AI films are about something going wrong.
Like The Matrix. It's a good film.
Starring Keanu Reeves. But yeah, it's coming out this
Johnny
year.
Mnemonic. Maybe not so much.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, don't.
Is it not worth watching?
No.
Okay, so yeah, it's coming out this year apparently, this movie.
Cool.
But it doesn't... The date is still to be advised, which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
And finally, Geostorm.
It just looks hilarious. It looks like a Sci-Fi Channel film.
It doesn't look funny.
This film is so
it looks
troubled,
so
though.
bad.
Yeah, it looks like Sharknado and like Mega Octopus versus whatever that you get on Sci-Fi Channel. It looks like a low-budget piece of crap.
How much do you know about the history of this film, Ross?
I don't. I'm assuming it's just by the guys that make all those films, like 2012 and Day After Tomorrow. Yeah.
No,
It's not.
no, it's not.
It looks like it is. So doesn't it? In
the studio
some
that
ways.
made it back in 2014.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Nearly 4.
With a view to releasing it in early 2016, but
No one wanted to touch it.
nobody wanted to touch it. It got some really bad test screenings. And they ended up selling it to a different picture house who got the director back in to do a bunch of reshoots, and it cost 15 million to do the reshoots.
And then spent
Everyone
fucking
looks
80
different.
million on CGI.
Yeah. And they've, just Frankensteined this movie together, which we'll be getting on 20th of October. So if you want to see a proper train wreck, maybe that's the time to go to the cinema.
Oh dear.
There might be crashing trains
If it
in
didn't
it.
cost me money and time, I would go and watch it.
You never know, there might be trains crashing in there. You'll
Just
get
to
train
play
wrecks
devil's advocate.
in a train wreck. Sorry, go on.
Just to play devil's advocate. Remember how long it took them to make Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah.
It's like fucking 5 years.
Was it
Something
really?
Stupid,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, but that was well worth it. That was bloody
That's
good.
what I'm saying. That's why
Yeah.
I'm playing devil's
I
advocate.
don't think this is going to be worth it.
It might be in a kind of comical way. It doesn't have to be a serious film for to have spent a long time on it and have a long wait. You know, we could be surprised.
Anyone going to the cinema to watch this film, just remember how much time and care has been put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and appreciate it for what it is.
And then appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've
Absolutely.
got 2 bits of news that we haven't talked about.
Go on.
One piece of news which I found quite interesting was because of what's happened in Vegas recently with the shootings.
Yep.
Marvel and
Punisher's been
Netflix,
put back, isn't it?
Yeah, they chose not to put the new extra trailer out.
Yep.
They decided not to have the panel at New York Comic Con.
Right.
And then they are possibly going to put maybe the first and second episode out at a slightly later point.
Right.
Before they put the rest of it out. So they're not going to be putting it all out in one go.
Cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
It's very respectful.
And then Marvel at New York Comic Con a few hours later announced that they are joining up with Northrop Grumman, which is an arms dealer.
What?
With billions of pounds. They do the military arms deals for America. And
Well, yeah, they're a manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're joining up in what way, shape, or form?
Bombs.
They are going to be joining them in them being a sponsor, and they showed some advertisements to go in the comics where you had a picture of the Vision from the Avengers with Dream, and then a picture of a man with satellite symbols and weapons around him going, reality. And then one of the comics is an Avengers comic, and on the cover there's an image of these 4 characters with Northrop Grumman or whatever they're called in the top part of the comic as part of the logo, and these 4 characters who work for that company. And people went mental, and Marvel came out with an announcement that basically there was some lack of communication, and they thought that it was to do with aerospace and STEM-based learning, and not to do with the arms deal, which is what everyone else has thought it was, because they thought it was an aerospace. It was all to do with aerospace.
So is it to do with aerospace?
Well, yeah, it will be.
It will
in
be.
the same way as British BAE.
Yeah.
You would do a science thing with British Aerospace.
You could do STEM,
but they also
stuff for them.
build fucking bombs.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
know.
So it's in that.
Manufacture weapons.
It's in that same way, but obviously loads of fans of Marvel have turned around and gone, Tony Stark stopped making weapons when he realised how much misery it brings to the world in your comics. Like, no, we don't want this. And within a couple of hours, they brought out the statement going, we may not be working with them now. We won't be doing our presentation later today with them, and blah, 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 blah.
So they've called it off?
Basically, yeah. But,
Wow.
not 100% officially, so we'll see what happens over the next few
Bloody hell.
days.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just
not-
after they've just done something nice with the Punisher thing, they've then gone and almost fucked up with that. And
Not very helpful, is it?
No, they're a struggling company at the moment.
We do have a lot of American listeners, so hello across the pond.
Hello.
Just, you need to work on your gun control.
Never does the
A little bit.
does the pond get any larger than when talking about gun control, does it?
No, this is true. I mean, I did see a very, very interesting question time with Barack Obama the other day when he was being questioned by an audience who were saying,
It's quite old now, isn't it?
You're going to take away our guns.
Clip.
Yeah. Is it quite old?
Yeah.
Where he just said, well, look, I've just come from a meeting where we've got somebody who's involved with Islamic State, and I can't stop them from buying guns because every time I say that I'm going to try to, the NRA stop me from putting anything in place.
Right.
So they can put him on. Yeah, they're saying I can put him on a no-fly list because he's a suspected terrorist.
But I can't stop him from getting a gun.
Yeah, by going
he
into
can buy as many guns as he likes.
Going into a bank and paying $1 to start an account to get you
Yeah,
going
America,
into a butcher's next door to buy some meat and get some bullets.
I may cut all of this out.
No, because this is what we see it as. If there's any American listeners who actually see it totally different and actually disagree with how we're viewing it through our media.
It's not criticism. It's
just the way we see it through our media.
For us, it's just an alien kind of concept, the idea of having a gun.
We have gun control and it works.
Yeah.
So
Australia
people don't get shot
decided,
with guns.
and it seems to work. Maybe it just is different there. I don't know. Maybe it's too far beyond the point now that it would be too difficult to try and stop it. I don't know.
There you go. Let's finish on something happier.
Yay.
There's a trailer for a film called Brigsby Bear that I think you should go and have a look at. And it's about a guy that he loves this show about Brigsby Bear. It reminds me of Terry Rupskin a little bit. It's
I've seen the trailer
it's like
for
a
this,
large
yeah.
character with a big, like, kind of claymation head on sort of thing, maybe. And the show was first produced in the 1980s in the world of the film.
Yeah.
And somehow or another it survived 25 seasons, but then it gets cancelled. And the guy has a bit of a breakdown and then decides he's going to create all of his own show like all of his own episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, the trailer looks quite fun.
It apparently is disarmingly sweet.
Oh.
That's which I saw in the review captions.
Disarmingly
sweet.
That's a weird choice of words.
Yeah, it is. And directed by first-time filmmaker Dave McCary.
Oh.
It came out in July in the USA, so you can already go and see it over there, and it'll be out in the UK on the 8th of December.
He sounds like a Scottish Care Bear.
Dave McCary. Care Bear Stare. So yeah, that is also linked on our Facebook page.
Cool.
That'll do. Right, should we wrap this up?
I think we should.
I think we should. Right, Adam, where can we find you?
You can find me in all the usual places. Adam Gatchell Arts on Facebook and the YouTube. And if you're about on the Isle of Wight over this next weekend, I will be doing some shows with students of mine doing spoken word up at the Literary Festival.
Cool.
So have a look in the brochure. They've written me down as Alex Gatchell because they don't
fantastic.
seem to be
That's
able to
just
get
the
my
best
name
thing
right.
about a literary festival is all the spelling mistakes.
Well, it's the fact that my name is in my email twice and they still got it wrong.
Brilliant.
So
yeah.
are you like Adam Gatchell at Adam Gatchell Arts or something?
Yep.
Alex.
Hello, Alex.
And they still put Alex.
So if you fancy flying over from America to see Alex Gatchell
Yep.
at an Isle of Wight Literary Festival,
He won't be
Bring
there.
your guns.
I will be.
come on over. Be amazing to have you.
Where can we find you, Ross?
Sure, I don't know, mate.
Hiding in a bin.
Have a look on our Instagram, the SNEW Network. I might put some pictures on there this week.
Nice.
I should do, really.
You should be putting stuff on there every day.
I might play on my PlayStation.
rosscobaby.
But I'm playing this game called Fortnite at the moment. It's really good.
Hang on, you're playing a game called what?
Fortnite.
Okay.
Come play Fortnite with me. Find the link in the bio.
There's a link to Adam's... Hang on. There's a link to Ross's bloody PlayStation 4 handle below. Go and, can they find you and shoot you in this game?
Yeah.
Do it. Find him. Kill him.
for us all.
Right, and me, you can find me bloody editing this podcast and hanging out on the Facebook page as usual. Honourable mention to Sticher and Libsyn for hosting our podcast. But you can find us just by, I don't know, just doing a Google search for SNEW with the Crew and clicking on any
SNEWS
link
Button.
that you find.
SNEWS Button, SNEWS Network.
Share one of those with your mates. That'd be amazing.
Definitely. Share.
Leave us a review on iTunes if you can be bothered, or on the podcast app on your phone.
Send us some questions.
We're going to start bribing people to do these things soon.
Yep.
With bits of Adam Gatchell's artwork, I hope.
Yeah, I've got some bits coming.
Cool. Is that it?
I think it is. I think
Should
honourable mention to our non-member today, Paul, who's just had a baby.
Hi,
and
Paul.
You can find his links to his shops below.
Call the baby RC, Paul. Do it. It's a great name. RC Brown. What is that? What?
That just doesn't sound right.
Why not?
RC Brown.
Right, we'll leave you with that one, folks. Have yourselves a lovely day, or evening, or morning. And you've been an audience. We've been SNEW with the Crew. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Chris is high, and this is the bit where he pauses the podcast so we can immediately record another one.